Wondering why he has to leave a hockey game so early.
Let's discuss. We got to discuss it.
Oh, if you just can't open that door a little bit.
We got to discuss it. First period, too.
Staring at the Barclays going, wow, there's no one out here. This is really strange. Everyone's inside where I should be.
Did I hear cheers?
So what happened?
And Mike Cannon's part of this story. I didn't even know until today.
Later, yeah.
Oh, you didn't find out what happened to today?
I knew what happened. Like, first of all, he gave the complete wrong story. He blamed you. He said it was your
How was it my
He blamed the black guy. He didn't blame me, right?
No, he said Sherrod was the supplier.
I dipped it in acid before I gave it. And then you told the cops that he took it. He's got a show on CBS.
God damn it!
No, listen, it was just an edible.
And he ate two little said bites. I was cool because I didn't ditch him, right?
Yeah. I mean, he didn't even mention. He didn't mention
you.
a
good friend. Huh? You was a good friend, Joe. But I
had to be a good friend.
I would have let him outside of Barclays by himself.
I had to be a good friend.
He just told me. He didn't even say that you left with it. He just said I had to leave early. I offered to. I was like, dude, meet me out. I'll Sherpa you through this shit.
You got text messages too?
Of course, I got text messages from him.
I Sherpa you through. That's
I will. Yeah,
that's exactly what you do. You take someone down for the mountain.
I was on an edible at the exact same time, so I knew what he was going through.
I was trying to find the text messages he sent me. I think he took them back.
Look at that.
Because he said some nonsense to me.
Look at that. That's what he sent me.
You fucking.
Hey, brother. That's what he said to me. Hey, brother. Dead serious. Are these shit strong? Because my right side is numb, and I have to leave the game.
You might as well.
Then he said, is that normal? I'm thinking about going to the hospital.
Yes.
To the hospital.
Yes, there was a little
Please
of that.
hit me back.
Yes, there was a little of that. You might as well read my text to you while you're at it. Mine was, I'm going to kill you, Sherrod.
He copy and pasted that exact text message to me because I just read it. He goes, because my right side is numb and I had to leave game I was at, thinking of going to hospital. Being very honest. And then he wrote, I think it's starting to come down. This feels great, actually. It comes and goes. Is that why they call it high? Because you feel like you're high? Like up high? I was like, dude, you are literally giving me an anti-drug commercial in text messages.
The boy in the bubble smells air for the first time.
What did he say?
At 8:40,
8:40,
I got a text from him, meaning I was long gone from the game. He goes, hey, man, are your eyes bloodshot?
What a fucking schmuggle.
And I wrote, yeah, they weren't. Is he on the hotline right now?
Here we go.
That's him?
Oh, my God.
Carol interrupted.
Oh, my God.
He took too little. You could if you saw how much he took, you would have like, no way anybody's affected by this.
I would have just gone to a buffet, man, and killed it.
Well, before I say hi to Chris Distefano, who's on the line, it was last week. I think it was a week ago today.
Yeah.
Somewhere around there. And, you know, after the show, me and Chris were going to the Islanders-Rangers game. I was very excited. And we took just a little square rectangle, nothing crazy from this edible that I had.
It's candy bar, yeah.
And with that, we say hi to Chris Distefano. Chris.
Yes.
You bitch ass motherfucker.
That's how he was feeling, holding himself.
Your little Timberland boot shaking.
Well,
I think he just had to
after the
overwhelmed
show, we take it outside the building, whatever. Then we hit the subway, and the first sign was the fact that we missed our stop, right, Chris?
Oh yeah. Well, that was. Yeah,
I can't even hear.
Yeah, that was. We wound up about, you know, there's one train stop in all the New York City subway trains that's like 35 minutes between one stop to the next, and that's the one that we missed. So I was you know, that was bad. But the weed still hadn't kicked in yet. The weed kicked in right when the first period buzzer sounded. And then I felt what it felt like somebody. Here's what I thought in my body, because I had forgotten that I had taken an edible.
Right.
I thought that somebody had thrown a spear, like as a joke, and it hit me in the head, and I thought it went through my head. So I stopped, and I was feeling around in my head, and then I started thinking that I had a stroke, and I was convinced that the right side of my body was gone. So I was like automatically thinking, like, how am I going to get through life now without the left side of my body? So,
Oh my God.
so then, with all that, we're walking around, and it was already planned from before. The Islanders were going to interview me.
Right.
So then, as we're walking around, and I'm panicking, like genuinely thinking I'm going to die. Like I was for sure thought I was going to die.
Well, you're skipping out a whole bunch of stuff because he goes to me, hey man, I think I got food poisoning. Hey man, I'm having an anxiety attack. Hey man, I think I'm having a stroke. Hey man, I cannot feel my right leg. This was all within a 2-minute span.
I still really can't feel my right. The sensation hasn't come all the way back to about a week.
Dude, it's so funny because some of the things I go through with Chris are so it's like a 15-year-old's first experience with weed. Should I go to the hospital? Am I okay? Am I dying? It literally all came out, and I was like, dude, you have never seen like an episode of Saved by the Bell where this dialogue is literally ripped from?
Yes.
Well, because Chris
was just excited and he just couldn't hide it.
Oh my God.
I was confused because
That was a hell of a reference.
I was confused
incredible.
because we took the exact same amount, and Chris is bigger than me, and he keeps looking at me. Are you high? And I'm like, I don't really think so. I felt maybe a little something, but nothing like he was going.
Your
through.
tolerance is higher than his.
That's also.
I mean, but I'm not really.
But you ain't doing it in a long
lot of
time.
this.
But you've done it before.
Oh yeah.
Right.
So he didn't even recognize the what he was feeling.
I was feeling all right, and we bumped into Jim Serpico, and
What happened?
the Jim Serpico, who can make or break your career, who Chris has worked with in the past, and I haven't seen him in a while. It was great to see him, and we were going to go get beers, and that's when it all went down. All I did was ask Chris what he wants to drink. And next thing you know, he's just gone, moving and shuffling, and
I thought.
He's saying I'm sweating profusely. I'm looking at him. There's no sweat. And then he's explaining to Serpico what's going on. I think I got food poisoning. I think I'm having a stroke. I think that
He said it to Serpico?
Yeah. Then I go to Serpico. I go, we took some edibles before the concert. So he goes, that's what it is, you asshole. And then I don't know if Chris remembers this, but he tells Serpico he needs water bad. So Serpico takes off. Next thing you know, we take off. Chris is he's off and running again.
You can't slow him down.
No,
What the fuck?
And then we found a part of the Barclays which is just kind of a dead zone. Like no one goes there, but it's close to the exit door, and Chris is staring at it. He's like, he knows he wants to go. And that's where the That's where the Islander guys found us. And then all of a sudden, one guy jokingly goes, what, you guys need some air? Has no idea what's going on. and only a few seconds before they showed up, Chris is out of his mind, and I don't know what to do. I'm trying to calm him down. I tried, Chris. You know that.
No, you really did. Basically, what happened was I thought throughout the whole interview and really throughout the majority of the night that I thought that I was falling backwards. I kept putting my hands in my pockets because I didn't want anyone to see.
Right. Oh, and we're getting recognized like crazy. Yes, like crazy. And then all of a sudden, the guy shows up from the Islanders. He wants to interview us for the website.
Right.
And Chris snaps. Yeah. I thought you snapped out of it. I couldn't hear the actual interview, but what I was looking at, I'm like, oh, he got it back together for this.
Right. That's good.
Do you remember that, Chris?
They refused to air it, I think.
I remember the interview, and when I texted the guy from the Islanders about the interview, he told me that it was unusable because he told me that they were asking me questions, and I kept just saying, "Go Islanders."
Nigga, we have to get this video.
I gotta get
We have to get this footage, please, Lord.
Yeah, I kept saying, "Go Islanders." And what about Opie? What about when they put me on the jumbotron and I yelled, "Fuck the Rangers"?
Yeah, there's so much.
That happened in the first period.
There's so much
stuff happened.
I'm trying to get. So then they're gonna interview me next, right? So they come over to me, and then in my eyesight, I see him losing his fucking mind behind the Islanders. They don't see this. Like, let's make believe Chris is behind you two and just staring at me. And then I made an excuse like, how about we do this after the second period? Because he is pacing and doing shit with his hair and everything. Right,
man.
Oh, that's so great.
So,
we got to get that footage of the interview.
we get there a little late. We're eating sushi and just slamming food because we're
Sushi should have helped
hungry.
him come down a little, right?
This was.
But they're eating that garbage can sushi.
It was all garbage food, but it was nice. We were set up so nice, and our seats were right on the corner, right next to the glass.
Oh man.
And I'm not really feeling anything, to be honest with you. I probably was a little bit, and I'm looking at Chris because I'm studying him because he kept telling me this is the first time I've ever done this. So
He's the one that kept you nice because when you're high,
I'm taking a look at him like
responsible.
Wondering when. I was kind of wondering when is this going to kick in, to be honest with you. And then they come over to us. They're going to put us on the jumbotron. They were going to put Chris on in the first period. I was going to go the second period.
Right.
I never got to get on the jumbotron. And I think you sort of had a weird anxiety attack with the whole jumbotron thing, and I think that might have set you off.
He saw a 50-foot his face
with a spear through it.
But I didn't get up there. It's so big.
But I think that's what spun him out of control.
It had to. Dude, also, if you take drugs with somebody and you're asking them if they're high, that's classic. It hit me, and I'm trying to hang on for dear life. Like he's just trying to grasp any type of like, are you going through this also?
Because we watched the whole first period. We're socializing. The jumbotron thing was all right. I didn't know you said fuck the Rangers though.
Yeah. If you look at the end of that video that you took, and I yell "fuck the Rangers" into the camera.
Oh God,
I had no idea.
So it was one of those things. I mean, and then. So then you left, and then I got an Uber.
Oh, no. Before you get to that point, because then that gets to Mike Cannon. No, I didn't just leave. We're set up so nice. First period's over. I'm like, hey, Serpico's is literally like 10 rows behind us. So we all walk out to the concourse to get beers, and that's when all hell broke loose. Then the interview that went horribly wrong. It looked like you did all right. And then he just keeps walking, and I'm following him, and he just keeps looking at the exit signs. I'm like, dude, you really want to go, huh? He's like, hey, do you mind? You could go back to your seats. I'm like, I'm not going to leave you because I don't know what's going to happen next, and I definitely want to be there when shit goes wrong.
YouTube live.
But Chris was cool. He's like, you can go back to your seat. I'll be all right. But next thing you know, all of a sudden we asked the lady if we could come back in. She goes, you leave, that's it. And I'm like, fuck. Because we've been looking forward to this for a while. So the next thing I'm at outside the Barclays. There's not a soul out there. It's freezing fucking cold. Second period hasn't started, and he's still pacing back and forth. And then next thing you know, he just looks at me. He's like, I'm cool. I'm getting an Uber. I got to go. And you just took off, Chris.
Yeah, I took off, and then I asked the cold night. If you remember, it was cold night, and I get into the cab, and then I still can't feel the right side of my body, so I asked the Uber driver to open up all 4 windows and the sunroof.
Oh my God! Boy, did you get a low rating.
Yeah, and this guy was freezing his little ass off, and I was just asking him, to go. And then I called Mike Cannon, and I told Mike. I forgot what I told you, Mike, but I felt like you didn't help.
I mean, I did kind of more or less give you a little bit of tough love, where I was like, "This is what weed is." Like, if it probably just overstimulated you and you freaked out. But you gave me the same speech. You said your left side of your face was numb, then it traveled down your body, and your whole left side was useless. And then you're like, "I'm convinced I'm having a stroke. For sure, this is happening. I'm going to a hospital right now." And I'm like, "Dude, just come to where I'm at. I'll walk you through it. It'll be completely fine. Get some fucking have like a little cup of whiskey or something. That'll chill you out immediately."
Did he do that? What happened?
He kept saying, "Yeah, we might have to go to the hospital." Then I'm getting a little confused because I guess that's when I was starting to get a little high, because then I'm looking at him like, I think this is just that he's high. But then I was starting to get confused because it was so believable. I'm like, what if it's really something else? And I'm thinking we're just that we're just high.
That was in the back of my head too. Is I'm like, I know what this is, but in the back of your head, you're like, this person could also die right now.
He wasn't going to die from 2 bites.
But imagine if he was actually having a stroke.
I would have
that would be
spit in
pretty
his casket if he died from that. I would have spit right in his casket.
Right.
I can't see.
No, well, then what happened was so the Uber finally got me home, and again, like in a panic, like I didn't know like what to do, so I just, because I was feeling like so hot, and I felt like I was going to have a stroke. But then after the talk to Mike, Mike helped me out a little bit and was like, oh, I kind of was like, maybe he's right. So I went and I took off my shirt and my jacket, and I jumped in the shower with my pants and boots on. And that kind of helped, everything. And then as quick as it happened, as quick as that spear went through the side of my head and ignited it, as just like a second, it all went away, and I started hysterical laughing at my dad.
At your dad?
Oh my god.
Yeah, and my dad was like, "What's so funny?" And I was like, "Nothing." And then I went to sleep. Woke up the next day and called Mike, and Mike was like, "Yeah, man, it was just you were high."
Well, you were texting me a lot there too, Chrissy.
That's right. Yeah, I was texting you. I was texting you, telling you that. I was just asking if you were having a heart attack.
Yeah. Well, you started with, "Hey, man, is your eyes bloodshot?" And I'm like, I looked in the mirror, like, they weren't, but I wanted to help you out a little bit. I'm like, yeah, mine are.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, my eyes were bloodshot.
Oh yeah, you kept telling me that it was.
Help me.
He kept telling me that it was definitely laced. There's no doubt about it. There's 100%. There's some other drug in this. And all the symptoms he was explaining, I was like, that's pretty consistent with weed. That's pretty consistent with weed.
Oh, God.
But digestion is just different. It's a different high.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a body.
It's like 50 times more psychoactive than smoking it.
Yeah.
Your body processes it completely different.
I took 2 squares of it. I was supposed to take half of 1 square. I took 2 squares.
No, man, I could prove you didn't. You wanted to take more than we did. I go, no, I think we're good. We literally took 1 rectangle of a candy bar.
Yes.
You might... Yeah, maybe slightly more just because how it was broken off.
Right.
But, what
would have happened if I would have eaten the whole bar?
You would have vomited.
You would have just thrown up.
No, I did that before. I ate a 200-milligram cookie once.
I ate one too before, but it got me dizzy as fuck.
Yeah.
It lasted for mad long.
Yep. Mine lasted for a day.
Then it went away.
Chris's story is pretty consistent with what I went through. Like, I missed my first flight when I was on it. I was having a tough time walk to the back of the flight, and the whole thing was pulsing inwards. Every time I closed my eyes, there was like galactic shit, and like, honest to God, it sounds like a bit, but Mother Winslow from Family Matters, her face kept like popping into my consciousness.
Yeah.
It was such a weird thing.
What?
And I thought we were backing out of the jetway all the time. So that falling backwards thing, I guess that's pretty, that's something you feel. Yeah.
Equilibrium and cerebellum. You're going to front, you better tell them.
I was going to fall back.
Chris, you realize we were there 45 minutes, right?
You got in the shower with your Tim boots on? Fucking ruined them.
We were finding our seats as the period was, already underway, and we were out before the second period started, outside. Yeah, I had a lonely train ride back to Manhattan. Yeah. Laughing my ass off in the train, trying to focus on the story because I'm like, I got a good story to tell my wife. I show up in my apartment. She pops out of the bathroom like, "What the fuck are you doing here?" And I'm like, "Wait till I tell you." And I couldn't tell the story right because now I'm fucking high.
You feeling it?
and then I was mad at myself because I'm like, "Fuck, this is a great story, but I can't tell it right." We were set up nice, man. We had the VIP treatment. We were both going to be on the jumbotron separately. Interviews with the Islanders.
No, man. They were going to have ice cream in the third period.
Yes. And then
you got my attention.
And then a few people, they noticed where we were sitting, so they Instagram. There was a couple of pictures on Twitter or Instagram. I forget exactly where they were, but it was the back of our heads, like Opie and Chris Distefano were right there, right? And then there were pictures of the empty seats. Where the fuck did they go? I wanted to get a picture with them during, in between periods. And then the pictures were of Jim Serpico's 2 young boys sitting in our seats.
That is great. That is great.
I called Chris out, basically saying Chris is a lightweight, but to our advantage or whatever. And it was his kids sitting in these killer seats.
It's hilarious.
Oh my god.
Oh,
crazy, man.
Too good.
That was.
So we doing it again this weekend? What's up? You back in?
I got one in my pocket right now.
Do you? Yeah. We getting it.
You can't be doing that.
I don't know he does.
You guys got to hang out with Cubans, man.
He left it in the car.
3 little sneaky bumps of coke. You'll sit in your fucking chair, snug as a bug. You'll say hi to everybody. Nobody moves.
No coke.
No, the seats.
Damn. Am I lying? Am I lying? That's Serpico's kid.
Wait, I gotta go. I gotta go.
Uh-oh. Hi, Chris.
Where are you going?
I gotta go because I'm here. I'm at the Laughing Skull in Atlanta tonight through Saturday. So I gotta go because when E-Rock called me, he put me on, but there's people waiting for me downstairs.
Oh yeah, no worries. And congrats on getting Chaz, by the way. That's awesome.
Oh, that is awesome.
Yeah. And go eat at Fox Brothers in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Wait, congrats on getting what?
Chaz Palminteri.
Oh, Chaz Palminteri. Okay, I think you said congrats on getting kicked. I was like,
oh, no, man. Yeah, the Chaz thing is awesome.
All right, thanks, man.
All right, yo.
All right, buddy.
Later, boys.
There goes
right,
Chris
Chrissy.
Distefano. What's that picture? I didn't see that one. There's
That's him high pulling out his fucking Islanders jersey
what did
on
it
the
say?
Jumbotron.
Hey, Opie Radio, I see Chris D on the TV, but where are you, brother, man? They told me they were going to do me in the second.
Yeah.
They want to do us separately. Oh, my God. That is hilarious. And then you saw Serpico. What did Serpico write?
His boys were chilling in the seats.
Oh, they look like.
What did he write?
Those seats are incredible, dude. Holy
It says,
shit!
this couldn't have worked out better. At Chris D Comedy, featherweight. It's a picture of Serpico's young boys in our seats.
Oh, my
Dude,
God.
I couldn't even be mad. I'm like, this is so crazy. The second period hasn't started. I'm out in the cold looking at the Barclays Center. Not a soul out there because everyone's inside.
He wanted to eat half the bar, if you remember.
He wanted to, yeah.
He wanted to eat half the bar.
That's so funny.
And that's why I was like, no, money, no.
And it's odd because for somebody who doesn't smoke or anything, anytime that I have with him, which is very, very rare, he's actually handled it really well.
Right.
And for such an anxious person, I kind of thought it could backfire. Like, there, you know, certain people just don't respond well
Right.
to it. But he did, and he's completely, perfectly fine.
I was going to just save that thing. I didn't think it was that great of an idea in the first place. So that's why I actually asked Sherrod. I'm like, what do you think? He goes, no, if you do that, you'll be all right.
You'll be fine.
I used to eat those things before giving tours and birthday parties at the Museum of Natural History.
Oh, that's awesome.
To like kids and shit.
Because I used to get baked.
Oh my God, it was so good.
Oh, I
dude.
used to get baked and go there all the time in the Met money. And
Yeah.
the Whitney right by my house and the new Whitney. I'd get baked, go in pajama pants,
And I'm with
fucking edible, and then stand in front of fucking paintings for a half hour.
I'm with kids that are like looking at dinosaurs
Swear
with
to God.
so much fucking wonderment in their eyes, and I'm like,
Exactly. Yes.
we're here, they used to be.